just wanted to clarify what the word code switching is. Code switching is a term that typically means that you speak one way at home and then you speak a different way to match a situation because you think those are the societal expectations, and you have to change the way you speak. Now, some people find that very offensive and it's exhausting. Now, I do code switch myself. I have a teacher kind of voice when I'm speaking professionally. I try to pace it better. I try to make sure that I am getting my words out. So I actually get into that teacher posture without even realizing it. I think for me, it comes from when I started being a speech therapist. I started working with like 3 to 5 year olds. So I had to sit down and be at their level and actually really be slow, because in communication, a lot of them were having problems understanding. I worked with deaf and hard of hearing children. So code switching is something that I do typically, but it's not because I'm forced to. Angie and Minue, I believe they try to tell their people to be authentic and not to code switch. Am I putting words in your mouth, or was that what we discussed, Angie?
Yeah, that's absolutely what we discussed. So there was an expectation that I was supposed to be one way at work and speak a specific way, and I had to be like everyone else. I love that Minue mentioned earlier about assimilating. When you're from a different country and you come, for example, I'll use America because that's where we are now. You're expected to assimilate to the culture, to, the way of life, to society norms. And what happens is that there's a part of your international that's fighting to be something that you're not, rather than showing up fully authentically as you are. Now, Linda, I just want to make the distinction. What you are doing as a teacher is you're literally putting into practice your verbal communication skills. That doesn't mean that Linda stops being Linda as a teacher, because you're showing up as Linda. I've seen you show up as Linda in other spaces. The thing is that we believe oftentimes that we have to switch completely who we are, tone ourselves down so that we are assimilating to a group, place, or thing. And you shouldn't do that. That's the difference, Linda. So code switching, I was doing that before, but what ended up happening is that I started to suffer a lot from self-doubt, whether or not I was doing a good job with connecting with people, whether or not people liked me. Because at the end of the day, whether it's public speaking, learning, to speak better, it's all rooted in fear, because the emotion is fear, but it's a fear of being judged. But guess what? If you learn one thing today, I want you to know this. Who cares who's judging you? By the way, I'm judging you. You're judging me. We're judging everybody. It's a judgment cycle. But what you should realize is that you should not care. Put it to the side.